and welcome to another figure review. This one's not me. I don't know how much it costs, but you can probably look at the official site to see what it costs, basically. And one of my co-workers lent this to me to take some photos of it, as well as do a video review, and then his website should be in the link below. It is for Hong Kong people, so it's all gonna be in Chinese and Cantonese and whatnot, and in return my video gets to be linked or embedded in his article post about the review of this toy. So I think that's pretty cool. So thanks to him, and hope it works out. So anyway, so he lent me this, and this is the deluxe version of the Mezco toys, a ONE12 collectible of the Punisher. Now I've looked at these quite a lot. I see them in the shops, but they're always a little bit above my price point, and but I was also kind of interested in them because they use actual clothing bits to cover up a lot of the articulation joints. So that's cool. Now the regular versions or regular releases all come in like paper boxes with the regular plastic windows. You can see what's inside, etc. I think there's a little flap they could open to see inside. So yeah, but since this one's a deluxe version, it's got this tin box, and also mean that there's nothing on the back, but you can see my reflection. Hi. And it just gives some basic information. It says ages 15 and up, not a toy for children, intended for adult collectors only, and warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years. So it's a 15 and up or not for under 3 years. Make up your mind, guys. There's a pretty big gap. MezcoToys.com and stuff. Now, if I remember correctly, the Mortal Kombat figures that I got were Mezco, and one of them broke pretty quickly. So I think that was also one of the reasons why I don't want to get any Mezco stuff anymore, because, well, they annoyed me. I just thought they were kind of crap after that. So let's see if this ONE12 thing is way better than the ONE13, maybe? Japanese ONE12 scale stuff for the Mortal Kombat that they did. So hey, this is kind of cool. It's an ammunition box because it's Punisher. So you got some little fake clips printed onto this tin. Yep. And the way this opens is just flip upwards. Now, aside from the tin, obviously they want protection on packaging because collectors, right? So the tin actually had a plastic wrap around it, and then there comes an actual plastic bag. So that's 2 layers of plastic to protect this tin that's intended to protect the figure inside. Which I think is a little bit of an overkill. Okay, fine. There are 2 trays inside. A handy little tab there that you can use and supposedly pull it out, but it's not coming out. Come on, come on. Yep, well. Now this is stuck, and because it's not mine, I don't want to break anything. It's already happened once. Go back in there. Well, let's try that again. Let's see this. Come on. There we go. Well, I pulled the top tray up as well as the lid to the bottom tray. Actually, no, I pulled the whole bottom tray out as well. So, yeah, just shiny tin underneath. Now, there's no instruction manual or sheets in this, so I don't know if he left it out or that just doesn't come with any. So, I'm going to need some confirmation on that. I have no idea. So, before we look at the trays, at the bottom there is a ONE12 baggie here, in case you just want to chuck away the box and only keep all of the accessories in a little baggie. You can do that. So very similar to Figma. Figma does that, and it's just a very simple airtight bag. And they're 2 very tiny little shrink wrap baggies that were used to hold the cloth material backpack, which I'm going to zoom in now on it. See that? It's so it has a tiny little strap here for putting it over his shoulders, and tiny little Velcro strap here. Hear that? This is the Velcro sound. So you open that up, and a very tiny metal bit there that's used for the zipper. So it is an actual bag. Like, it's not a fake pretend bag. It's a proper bag. So you can put a lot of the Punisher's weapons, ammunition in there if you want, because it doesn't come with clips that you'll see momentarily. We also have a leather jacket here, which at first I think this is really cool. Yeah, it's nice to have a really nice mini little. Either it's real leather or not, fake leather, whatever. For the figure purposes and photos, it's leather. And I got these straps here are made with this little metal going through there, so they're bendable and stuff. Actual pockets, I think. Yep. Are those actual pockets? No, fake pockets. That's fine. And fake arm straps. Those are just like sewed in. But you can see the inside here. The sewing isn't very good, and messy aside, I am very worried that this is very fragile. Like I can just pull on this and I'll rip the whole thing apart, which is one of those pros and cons kind of thing. Pro, it looks great. Con, but because it's such a small piece of material, I don't know how long it'll last, and I don't know how easy it is for me to break it. So I did put him on the figure once for some photos, and the resulting was that there was a huge leftover string popping out of one of the arms, which was just looked really stupid. So that's not very good. Okay, so let's look at the bottom tray first, since it's all transparent and it'll be easier for me to look at it. So you have a figure stand right there, and has a little peg there for there are holes at the bottom of the feet, just like regular Western action figures. So you can peg the figure there if you want to. If you don't want to use the giant figure arm right there. But it's really hard to pull it out, and this peg that plugs in is also really hard to plug in and pull out. I kept checking to see if there are any white lines on the base of the plastic, that it was warping anything, because it was so tight. So I was also quite worried again, because it's not mine. If it's mine, I'd be like, plug it in. Oh crap, there's some scratches and stuff. Oh well. But since it's not mine, I'm more worried. So opening this tray up, which does open quite easily, thankfully. That's good. At the bottom there we have a bazooka, grenade launcher, sniper rifle, and an extra sniper rifle clip there, and got some actual grenade rounds here. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots there, but it actually comes with 8 grenade rounds. So there's 2 extra grenade rounds just sort of lying anywhere you'd like. And there's also a muzzle blast piece here with a painted silver tip to pretend that it's, there's a bit of bullet coming out. So what this is mostly a soft plastic, but you see at the end there where the color changes, they pegged in a hard piece of plastic there, so that just plugs in some of the guns. Closer look at some of the weapons here. You got this bazooka, which I am a little bit worried about this part here, that it will fall off and stuff. So yep, be careful. So we got a handle, and hold it, and it's actually a little bit of a hole in the gap in there for it to look more like this bazooka's going in, and it's a single piece. The grenade launcher here. This back moves. For people who know guns and stuff, that's something, but I don't know, so I don't know. So that's something. I'm also curious. This piece is a separate piece, not glued down or anything, but this turns. That's cool, I guess, but it doesn't come out or anything, so don't bend it too much. You'll break it. Each grenade that shoots out of it is fully, you can pretend to be shooting from it, is fully painted, gold there, got some silver tips on the back, so that's cool, yes. And in here you got the last gun in this slot is a sniper rifle, which funny enough, this one doesn't allow you to peg the muzzle flash effect in there. And this piece here, the leg handle, that can come off very easily, so be careful with losing that. It's very, very small. And it's not made with soft plastic or anything. It will snap. Like, this is made out of, if you know what I mean, like, you feel it, it's a hard piece of plastic, so do be careful with that. Same goes in entire gun. I mean, look at that, that's wobbling, so be very careful. This whole thing screams fragile. Now, the other guns allow you to remove the ammo clip, except I think the sniper is supposed to be able to. Yep. Ammo clip comes out, and on the tip there you can see they actually painted the tiny bullet and molded it there as the top of the clip. So that's attention to detail I can definitely get behind. So kudos there. Points there, definitely. Same for all the other ammo clips. They all have a little tiny silver bit that's the bullet. Okay, next we have some alternate armor pieces. So you got this red Punisher armor, and let's see, where does it unpeg? Okay, on the back here. So you can unpeg this, and then that makes it easier for you to apply it to the Punisher, like body. You do need to, I tend to take the head off as well, just to make it easier. And it also comes with an extra belt right here, which also unpegs, and there's a little hole slot there that you can actually use to slot the knife in. See, this peg actually opens up, so you can plug the knife in there, and that's cool. Just plug it back there. And both the two more belts, one belt is already on the figure, and one more comes with the next armor pack. And they all have an extra peg right in the hole there to allow you to slot an extra gun holster onto the armor, which is on this piece right now. You can slot a gun there, and right down here you see this thing is attached to it. It feels fragile, but I've unpegged it a few times and it's still staying, so I guess the peg is more solid than I give it credit for. And again, guns holster there with a little peg that you can hook it. So what you need to do is take this off, plug this body strap onto the figure, slide this bit up the leg before plugging it back in. A knife holster on the back, as well as another peg thing holding it, so that's cool. Our top tray here has the figure with the fists already attached to him. He has some like hands, some gun holding hands, as well as one relax and one palm strike hand. Not really sure what's going on there. And we have an assault rifle, two kinds of shotgun, some explosives with a detonator, Uzi, automatic like a minigun, and their clips, a pistol and a clip, and a revolver and a knife, and he's got some night vision goggles as well as two alternate heads. I'm just gonna put this down next to me. So let's go for the guns again. He's got a lot of guns here, apparently way more than the previous Punisher that they released. That's why this one's the Deluxe, because he's more insane here. It's the assault rifle, and yet the clip does come out with painted bullet tip. And these are the guns that have a little hole on the tip there for the muzzle flash effect. So just weathered sort of metallic paint look. And again, just be careful with this, how small it is. Shotgun here is very detailed. I like the extra shells on the side. Those look pretty good. Does this thing move? Oh yes, it does. Yeah, this reload switch. No, it doesn't make the sounds. You can do that. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm going to start thinking, oh, can I even like open it up and stuff? Okay, so the other shotgun also has that too. So you got this shotgun right here. There you go. So you can do that. That's cool. Much more plain shotgun, but it still has functions on there. Now this piece of dynamite here, this bomb here, is painted pretty well, but if you look closely, you probably notice fingerprints on this. So from the guy who painted it, that's no good. Why aren't they wearing gloves? That's actually kind of ew. It's nasty. Someone's, yeah. Finally, we have the detonator. Not finally, the detonator for the bomb, which is made out of plastic, but it's just durable enough for you to kind of push it if you really want to. That's not practical in any photos or videos at all, so forget that. Let's see, we got the Uzi. It's an Uzi, or like a machine gun. Right there, the clip comes out. Has a little golden tip painted on the end. And we have, well, this one's the Uzi. This one has a tip. The revolver, and yep, this one does rotate the the gun bullet bit. And we have an actual regular pistol here, also painted pretty well. And yes, the ammo clip comes out, and a little knife. And the knife is made out of the same hard plastic, so do be careful with that. It's quite sharp too. And we have the night vision goggles, which is a single piece, so there's no articulation, even though it looks like it should, for the strap. And just plug that onto his face. There he is, Frank Castle, with some city night vision goggles. Kill you. So you can do that. Alternatives are he has a battle damage head, he's bruised, he's scarred, and the paint job on that's pretty good. It's actually is a different mold. They didn't just paint the regular head, and he's got a head. So we have articulation. So head is on a double joint, so that's cool. Head goes forward, backwards a little bit, sideways, and full rotation. Frankencastle. And his arms go up, very much high up. This really reminds me of Robot Chicken now for some reason. And full rotation here, ball and socket joint for the shoulders. In fact, this is pretty much, if you just imagine like something like an SH Figuarts with just clothing on top of it. Hands on little peg, swiveling joint. Body goes back a little bit, forward a little bit, sideways, sideways. Leg goes up. Does leg go down? No, it's just ball and socket joint. Upper leg rotates just. It does rotate inside, but you really gotta find a way to rotate it without, pulling the pants too much. Knee, double knee joint. Rotating on top of the boot, as well as bottom of the boot is on a peg and swivel. No toe joints, so that's something. And yeah, so about this, first of all, this belt's ridiculous because it keeps going upwards, and that's really irritating. That kind of sucks. And when you're trying to push it down, you can also get worried about breaking this shirt because I'm pulling against it. And the pants, one good thing is the pants and the shirt are stitched together, meaning that you're not going to get falling pants. That's good. If you feel the body, there is actual muscle texture, molded into it, including the back. There's definitely back muscle texture, so that's cool. And this belt also can have that gun strap on it if you wanted to. Swap it here. And let's see. And these pockets are actual pockets. I stuck the knife in there earlier, and you can put the hands in there, so that's cool. It's a shame why the leather jacket doesn't have that, even though the regular pants do. But I will say this, I'm complaining about this. Why does the shoulder look so weird? This looks a little bit off. I don't know what it is. It just looks a bit weird. Maybe it's that belt. Like if that belt comes down, it looks a little bit better. And this pattern here that's printed on the shirt, it's one of those shiny, vinyl-ish texture, meaning that it's going to crack or fall off. That's worrying, especially the bottom bits here, where it only has a tiny bit attached to the shirt, so that can come off very easily. And yeah, you see these stitching lines. Well, it's cool for such a small figure to have clothing. These stitching lines also come at the con again, where I'm thinking, how long will they last? So that's plus and cons. What do you think, Frank Castle? I'll kill you. This guy is really not intended to be messed around with constantly, because you're just going to start wearing down the fabric and probably break that. I mean, the figure itself would stay fine underneath, but you're going to have to somehow replace the clothing yourself if you need to. In Asia, there's a lot of places where you can get 1/12 scale clothing, but specifically Punisher clothing, it's going to be a little bit harder to get. You're going to have to get someone else to make it for you or make it yourself, so that's going to be a little bit annoying. But as is right now, this is a figure that's definitely more for photo shoots or going on the shelf, which is a bit of a bummer because, hey, the whole point of getting a figure over a statue is to be able to play around with it. But playing around with it too much is not really recommended with this figure. While this figure does look really nice, all the details on the weapons and accessories are all really, really cool. It does come with the downside of it being, from what I can tell, he does cost a lot more than some of the other Figuarts or Figma stuff. However, certain Figmas or Figuarts can go up to that price if they're sort of limited edition or exclusive versions. So it's just regular releases of Figuarts will be way cheaper than him. So that's something to consider. And finally, can't really talk about too much about paint details, but the weapons and accessories all look fine. The arm packs all look good as well. The paint details on the ammo packs are very detailed, with a tiny little golden bullet painted on them. But as for the figure itself, the clothing does look good right now. But I will say, because the actual plastic body is not painted, it makes his head stand out a lot from the neck. The head is painted very nicely, but since the body is not, the contrast is pretty big and just kind of obvious. I really wish they would have at least painted the neck a little bit just so it can be more seamless. But as of right now, it looks like there's a very detailed head on top of a very not detailed body, minus the clothing. So there you go. The figure is pretty decent for collectors, and if it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, then you might want to consider picking it up. Being in a tin case, of course, you also have to consider the shipping fees with extra weight. The entire box does seem a little bit bigger than I'd like it to be for the amount of stuff you get inside, but it's not too bad. So there you go. No issues with joints being too tight or too loose as of right now. Nothing breaking anything like the Mortal Kombat figures that I messed around with. That was very annoying. So I guess this means that so far, as of right now, the quality of the figure is pretty good. So I look forward to hopefully review some of the other figures in this line if I ever get a chance. I'm not going to personally pick them up myself because I think I'm going to stick with the regular, 112 stuff from SH Figuarts and Figma, because at least Those are figures I want to play around with. I want to mess around with a lot. So this isn't really for me. I want to be able to, do animation with them and all that. And while this figure could do that job, if anything breaks, it's going to be a huge hassle to replace the clothing material. So I don't think this is for me too much. Thanks for watching this video, and as always, if you don't like it, click the dislike button, but if you do, click the like button, subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I have done a lot of videos on many other action figures, as well as model kit action figures from Bandai. Those are a really great, cheap alternative to getting, for example, 112 scale Stormtroopers, because the Bandai model kit Stormtroopers are so cheap and so good. You can also head over to Patreon and support this channel, because even though I didn't pay for this figure in this video, a lot of the other toys on my channel have to be bought, and that means it needs money. So yeah, if you want to support this channel and think the videos are useful, please consider chipping $1 or $2 a month in. And it's not many people on my Patreon, but as soon as it gets to a certain amount, I start doing proper perks, and so people will get some sort of rewards or something. But you don't have to do that. You can always just turn ad block off. I always appreciate that so much, and get some ad revenue going on the videos. That would be great. And of course, if you are from Hong Kong or you know Chinese, please check out the link below. Head over to my coworker's website, where they do lots of toys and video game reviews. General nerdy stuff, just aimed at the Hong Kong market, some more Asian market. Yeah, check him out and see how that goes. He also has adverts on that website, so keep ad block off to support the site. And as always, take care, have a nice day. I will see you guys soon. Bye bye now.